Hello everybody, I'm Peter and today we're going to be reviewing My Academia chapter 201. You may notice that there's no real art or anything to show off something in that chapter, even if it's the most basis. That's because of three reasons. First one being, I am very disappointed this chapter, and this is really a chapter I would not like to see, especially in the arcs that I'm not very interested in. Like seriously, I'm not very interested, but I'm gonna go in deep with it. Secondly, I didn't exactly know what to draw. I mean, I don't know how bloody I can make the students from class 1B because of my hatred to them. And three, because let's just say, I got at the point in time where I'm just doesn't feel like right to draw. So mix laziness and not exactly feeling any idea of drawing anything, combined with the fact that I'm gonna be very displeased with this chapter to the point that even putting this mask on feels giving this chapter too much of a credit is a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, let's just say I am not very happy. Now, usually I would like to go through where the chapter reviews completely and then discussing some things I'm really noticing. But today I'm just gonna go whatever fucking order we can because it's just a fucking fight, the end of a fight. So, as all of you know, the Class 1B won. Day 1. And, alright. A lot of people can explain to me Chibi Review, a great YouTuber, but accept to me, explain it in the best way he could. He explained why it makes sense, and that's all good. I get it. It does make sense why Kando beats Jojorojo in 1-1 fighting. I mean, if it was in a different facility and in a better location, Jotaro may beat by would be primarily the strength would be Kando. I get it. I also get it that it cannot just be a clean sweep from Class 1A to win and Class 1B to always lose. I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong. But what you are being fucking wrong is explained to me why was it 4-0? 4-0. That's the problem, people. Like, it's not the problem that Jojorozu lost to Kando. It's not the problem that Class 1A lost in general. The problem is that it's 4-0. 4-0. I do not care how much sense it makes for Kando to beat Jojorozu and how much sense it makes for them to win. You can say it all fucking day. It should not have been 4-0. And let me explain this why. As you know, since Class 1B got introduced, like they were supposed to be the rivals of Class 1A, what about Class 1A even acknowledge them as rivals? And then the other they were introduced that there was the sports festival in which Class 1A did extremely well. I mean, only 4 people really weren't members of that one in the Class 1A. But here's the thing, and that it makes sense why it wouldn't be that balanced, why it could be everybody else, because it was supposed to be going on points. That match could be basically like, even people like Bakugo, Todoroki, and Tokoyami, who are incredibly powerful and are incredibly capable, could have not made it if they just did not have the points for the top 4. Maybe it was the top 5. I think it was top... Wait, was it... Yeah, I don't know. It was top 4, top 5. So that arc did not exactly do any good. But after that arc, let's just say Class 1B has been getting Alright, those end of those fights they had with teachers, in class 1A, 5 of them lost, while in class 1B, only 1 of them lost. Which is just ridiculous. Then, in the provisionalized sense, 2 of them, of class 1A, 2 of their best students lost, while all the class 1B students passed. And at the beginning of this arc, Nato basically screams how the improvements or the task force or something, class 1B has better than class 1A. And now, we get the second round in which class 1B wins it to be 4-0. All 4 of class 1B students remain, while not one of them got defeated. Well, not class 1A, no, nothing. Are you fucking serious with me? You know, why are you even trying anymore? You're basically trying to say class 1B and class 1A are equal, but the only thing I'm seeing is class 1B is superior to class 1A, even if that's ridiculous, because we know class 1B has no chance against class 1A in a full-out fight. I don't fucking care how smart Kando is. I don't fucking care how many people have quirks that can slow down. Class 1A would beat them all. Bakugo, Todoroki do their biggest explosions, their biggest set of eyes, and they would fucking win, or at least severely cripple and defeat and weaken the class 1B enough for everybody else to beat them. Or otherwise, like I can show there are like you can make like a billion scenarios of class 1A beats class 1B before you can actually make one scenario where class 1B wins, because it's just such a stupid idea. Like really, in class 1, in the previous round, class 1B got 2 hits, one being Kirishima and the other one being Koda. Koda's not a big problem, but Kirishima is. So yeah. And don't give me that idea of Shinsuno being there. That's really nothing, because it was stated that if 4 of them get eliminated, it's all over. So it doesn't really matter for me if that's the case. But yet, class 1B won 4-0 even makes no fucking sense. If we're gonna be doing stuff like this, then the next round or the round after that, when class 1B next time loses, it needs to be 4-0, because otherwise it makes no fucking sense. Because unless if it's going to be setting up a villain like class 1B at their entirety, at their fullest potential, face a villain and they get wrecked completely, it doesn't make sense for them to be getting these unrealistic winning standards. Except if you want Nate to say, haha, when you won, we eliminated 2, but no, we won, and you did not defeat anyone. That's just stupid. Bad and ridiculous. Because, here's the thing, Class 1B should not be that overscaling them. It should not. Class 1B should have at least lost 1 member. Like seriously, why couldn't Hagakure actually take down that manga guy, throw him in prison, and then when she was going to see if where's Tokoyami, kinda would smack her down because she would not be focusing in combat, and that's how they win. That means still 4-1, but at least it would make somewhat sense. Not this stupid bullshit! My god, I fucking hate Class 1B. I just wish that the worst part of this is that it's not going to be the only time Class 1B wins, and they might actually have them win the other 2 as well. We don't exactly know. Ugh. Anyways, let's actually go into this fucking fights. Now, the way this goes, it's pretty decent. Like, Jojo first summoned a giant cannon again. Like, alright, can someone tell me how many times did she summon a cannon? Like, I know she summoned a cannon during the Yeah, I think she summoned a can during the sports festival, and then she summoned a can when they were in battling with those rock monsters. And did she summon again? I don't know. She summoned a can, and Canada was like, "Oh no, she's gonna sit me." And although some people have problems saying, "Oh, but you're here, you cannot just blast them off," but I'm like, yes, she can. Like, it doesn't need to be equal. Like, it could just be it seemed this can was bigger than all the others, so it could have just been the case where it's actually a giant cannon, but the firearms is not exactly that deadly. I'm pretty sure JoJo could know which one would be super dangerous and which one could just be decent, and fire that in Kando. But instead of that, we just get them oh no, like wimping or something out, and then kind of taking down JoJo. Now, the only point I see to this is basically to show us that Naito has no chance at copying Izuku's quirk, and if it goes the whole power thing, his body will get seriously destroyed. Now, the reason I'm getting this idea from this scene is because I feel like Kando can actually take a lot more of a beating than Naito, so it would make sense for if Kando is scared from this attack, then Naito it would basically be super dangerous. And I'm pretty sure that Dako is either Dako had to be at least able to take the hit of cannonball right to his chest, just to at least enter some facility of one fall. So it might be something like that to show us how weakened it is. Or anything. Now after Sukando knocks but instead Jojo also, can you please explain to me something? What's this kind of topic? Do they really expect pro heroes not to be able to handle a cannonball direction? Because I am pretty sure Kirishima had taken something that's stronger than the cannonball fire. Like, I am 99% sure that when he took all those hits from Mapapa in the previous arc, funny how I did that. You know what? After this review, I should probably go check that fight again. Man, that was a fucking awesome fight. Which kind of gets well considered how easily. I hate it. That's from me. Says, at Kirishima, in a weakened state, his arm was already fucking belly up, was able to take multiple extremely powerful rubber bars attacks. And I'm pretty sure they were a lot stronger than the first one he took. And he fucking stood his ground, only fainting where Fat Gum would give his final fucking blow. I am pretty sure Rubber's punches make those cannonballs nothing. So I am pretty sure taking a cannonball would be something they should be able to handle. And considering how Class 1 Kaminari was hit right in the wall, breaking through the wall, I believe, and I think was that steel or was it concrete? I don't know exactly. And he was able to stand and move pretty well. So either Class 1B are a bunch of pathetic wimps that have some power, or there was just some bullshit to have a reason why Jojutsu did not beat Kando. Although some people are gonna say at the end of the chapters he was able to drag the cannon and Jojutsu while being tied together, but well, guess what? That's the same thing, as I am pretty sure the amount of weight that was the same as Deku had to wield when he was training before the entrance to become strong enough to wield one fall. So it's not that impressive. I would be surprised if she actually made her arm grow so it would give a bit of weight, but anyways, it matters nothing. Now, what Jojo actually fires at through the wall was a lucky bag, which basically tells me that this is gonna be a bag which is going to basically have a bunch of shit that could help her classmates. Because it was a move, it basically says that, and Tokoyami catches it because that Guri, that's I think what that black guy's name was, basically somehow got Aoyama. Which, alright, can someone explain to me how he was able from a bottom of a mushroom, able to jump there, grab Aoyama, and went to black and move? Like, was it really so fucking shadowy that he could do that? So fucking dark? And why didn't Aoyama use his lasers and his, and his armor? Like, he would use those that he has hair to fire, or maybe he could put his legs up and then fire them from his kneecaps. Why did he do that? Or something. Jesus, it feels like for God's sakes, even in situations where class 1B has the wing edge, they need to make class 1A dumb for the sake of being dumb. Just ridiculous. So yeah. Kokoro catches it and she makes Hagakure, which is called mushrooms. Which, has Class 1B actually got the same amount of torment as Class 1A has had in this arc? Because with this and what we see later with Tokoyami, it's like, alright, I know Class 1B is gonna be the class that's gonna get the most amount of suffering because they're gonna be the more involved with the villains, but I'm beginning to think they get a lot more suffering from school than the villains, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, they basically meet up and they check what's in the bag. And what they find are night vision goggles and some spray that can destroy mushrooms. And they use this. They use the spray on Harakuri so she could get back to her invisible form. And Tokoyami uses those goggles to get rid of the mushrooms and to basically be able to see them and fight them. He captures the mushroom girl and puts the Kurogi guy, uses his cape to cover him in, which he is not able to escape. And while doing that, the Hagakure attacks the manga guy and basically just starts punching him senseless. So yeah. Wait. Manga should be physically stronger than Hagakure if you consider the ages and if you consider the natural strength superiority of a woman. So that means that manga guy is... Alright, can you explain to me how the manga guy wasn't able to get his full senses right back up and is ready to fight back? Like, I know she was invisible, dude, but I think that after being punched a couple times in the face, you could at least jump back a bit, put your arms up, and then at least get beaten, so you aren't going to get directly the chances of getting knocked out so soon. So yeah, like I said before, Kando then drags Momo and Kan back and then punches Hagakure, which was really dumb. Hagakure's spot to just stay in the same place because she's invisible, so if you stay in the same place, you could be seen, but hell, like I said, apparently Class 1B, even when they're supposed to be winning, they still need to make Class 1A look stupid so Class 1B can win. My god, if the next round Class 1A, whichever one is going to be, in a way they completely destroy Class 1B, I'm gonna be just, what the fuck, Yokoshi? Like, I know you're a great writer, I know you can do a lot of good work, and I know you've been going through a lot of stress, and you're probably suffering because of the whole crazy schedule that you have, but I think you could have done a little bit better. No complete criticism, just I think you could do something a bit better. But anyways, back to that whole Tokoyami thing. So he basically crabbles Kurogi so he could not escape. And then the mushroom girl basically said, I had one extra plan for it. And Nato says, she's not strong physically, but she does have a thing, last ditch result that can make it allow the victor, they can allow them to win, and that is setting up somehow being able to spawn mushrooms out of Kurogiri's throat, and not out like he starts having mushrooms around his throat. It's inside. Inside. Alright. So let me get this straight. Momo find a candle. She might be able to at least make a quick little block with her hand and just get hit into the wall and get knocked out. Probably just probably just dangerous blow, but not a death blow. At least weakening enough, or you could at least state that, oh, she was just severely damaged. Like in the same way that the Pro Heroes were in that All for One confrontation. But still, like you could make a way out. And Jiro is not gonna be able to use her Ifon Jack to basically make someone think like they're gonna get exploded, because that would be a big problem, and that could possibly kill someone. Like we don't know if Jiro needs to go, if it will all blow up or just be that area. And Bogo also will need to keep himself restrained because of the fact that he already has at least one move that can kill a person. But you get to this and then you're like, so again, Class 1A cannot fucking do any serious damages, but Class 1B can make them suffocate and stuff? Like, I'm not joking. Can you explain to me how Tokuyami was able to survive after that mushroom girl basically made him suffocate? Like, this isn't like they have last ditch, she had ace in her sleeve. No, this is her fucking suffocating Tokuyami because there are mushrooms growing inside of his throat. And what we have seen suggests that those mushrooms can be whatever mushrooms they can be. So imagine this. Imagine it. If Tokuyami would get any kind of dangerous mushrooms that have their sperms, they have those dust or something, and they would set inside his throat, and he was suffocating from that. Like, alright, I also know that one of the other students said those mushrooms stay on someone for 2 to 3 hours, and clearly that was not the case because Tokuyami is fucking dead. That girl will be sent to Tartarus prison for murdering someone, even if it was intentionally. We would be the next arc, Tokuyami's funeral, but still. Let me get straight. Class 1B can do whatever the fuck they wanna do, but Class 1A cannot? Do you understand how stupid it is for that mushroom girl to be... You know what? I should have just drawn Tokuyami in his fucking grave. Like, seriously. What the fuck? Like... Alright, if in the next chapter when we're probably gonna get the same thing as we had with round 1, which they're gonna tell the feedbacks, there needs to be someone that's like, yeah, you know, this whole... Like take Jiro for example. She would, like, that girl would, like, make fun of something or something, and she'd be like, bitch, shut up. Like, you don't seem, like, that move you did was severely messed up. I mean, even you don't see me using my earphone jacks to fucking stab someone and basically nearly give them a 50-50 chance of fucking blowing up for them to die, or Yama doing that. I mean, you know how messed up this was to do. We're lucky that there was still some spray left. Yes, I am pretty, yeah. I'm assuming that the reason why those Tokuyami didn't die was because there was still some spray left to fill his throat with fungus, which is again something that's problematic. You know what? this entire thing is so fucking disturbing and problematic that it's just so fucking horrible. Like, can someone explain to me how the fuck is Tokoyami going to be fine? How the fuck is he alive? Because I am pretty sure that those fumes or what that spray is not supposed to be something that goes in, something that a human should, or Tokoyami, somebody should just spray in their mouth, or just every mushroom can pour inside of him. Which, wait a second, if those mushrooms are problematic just on your real body already, like I'm seeing Hagakure having a couple of problems considering the fact she's naked, and just what the fuck? Like, this is just amazing. Like, the amount of fucked up that you need to take from this bitch's work. Like, this isn't like something that they can just blab about how they won. This is a horrible chapter. We all have those chapters in which it's all just horrible, and I'm pretty sure this could not be the worst one. This is probably not gonna be the worst one. Like, I can see that there's going to be a worse chapter out there. But for me, this chapter is the worst because, first of all, it fails because it's outbalanced, and it's basically like there's no chance for Class 1A to win. Then it fails at making Class 1B win because at least 2 times it's because Class 1A had their suddenly complete idiot hats on. And third, it introduces a move and a way they win so fucking horrible that you're gonna be spending more of your time, what the fuck is wrong with these people, more than actually fucking thinking. Like, I am not fucking joking. Can someone explain to me how giving Tokoyami mushrooms, whatever mushrooms they could be, inside of his throats, that as far as we know could not have been disappeared unless if there was enough spray for the fungus, for the mushrooms that they used previously inside, and Tokoyami still being alright. Like, this is just weird. Like, seriously, I'm just waiting for a chapter. Please, Sakoshi, I know you probably all have all planned out, and I cannot force you to do anything more because, well, I want to read My Academia, and I'm sure you're gonna make chapters in which all these guys who lose to Class 1B will redeem themselves. But just, wow, this was bad. Like, really, really bad. I really hope the next chapters are gonna be a bit more decent and not exactly praising Class 1B and making fun of Class 1A for losing. Because it's just, you cannot look at me and tell me that the only reason why I am unhappy is because Class 1B won, and because I hate them, that's why it bothers me the most, and why Momo lost to Kando. Because those two are some things, but there are so many other problems. Now, anyways, I hope you like this rant review, and I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. That's it. I cannot wait to see all people next time. Bye.